Head coach Stephanie White will hold her opening statement.
Yeah, it's disappointing, certainly. I felt like we had opportunities, in this ball game and a couple of plays here and there. Um, Timely turnovers, missed execution, and Atlanta, made plays and made shots when they needed to, especially in the second half and down the stretch. I thought we probably, as a staff, could have done a better job of utilizing our bench. We might have run out of gas in that second half. But more than anything, execution. When you're playing the second half of a back-to-back, execution has to be paramount, and they did a better job of executing in that second half.
Questions? Kayla?
I think for the most part, pretty good. But I think there are moments where it's not as tight as we want it to be. We might have four people on the same page and one not, or three on the same page and two not. We might, not make the right read. Think we see something that might not be there. I think that we know we can be better, especially with a veteran group. I think we have to be better, especially in time and score situations. I think more than anything, like our urgency to get started in the action. It's a little slow and sluggish in the start. I feel like our person that's out of bounds is holding the ball for 2 or 3 seconds before we even start the action. So there's definitely room for improvement. It's been there have been times where it's been really good, and there have been times where it hasn't been as good as it needs to be.
Kenneth?
Coach, in that second quarter, that's really up as they hold Atlanta to just 12. Third quarter, though, Atlanta, their pace from both sides really picked up offensively. That Atlanta scored 26 points. Something like that. Seeing a few losses and it's had most that all 3 games, teams being scored about 25 points in the quarter. What's the difference?
I thought they attacked us. I thought, they used multiple on-ball screening action, and our point of attack wasn't as good as it needed to be. Got us in rotation a little bit, got some rhythm threes. We had missed opportunities in terms of how we were executing our ball screen defense, which I think automatically put us under duress. They took advantage. They did a really good job of staying in motion, of attacking and drawing two, of finding the next pass. Of getting the best shot on the floor instead of settling for the first shot.
Maggie?
I think it's a combination of things. Like, winning in this league is hard. A night in, a night out. Compact schedule. Going on the road. We've go on the road and you're playing Vegas and Seattle, who are really, really good teams. So you're playing, Washington and Atlanta, who, even whatever their records might be, they're still in every game, and they've got great players on their team. They run a lot of stuff that makes it hard to guard. They're challenging teams on any night and have opportunities to win. And in some cases haven't gotten over the hump, and in some cases have been able to. So, I think it's the nature of this league. I think our journey is still consistency for 40 minutes. We might have 1 or 2 or 3 that are. The other thing is we got to do a better job of getting Breezy involved in the game. I felt like we missed opportunities to get her the ball in the interior. We were, maybe moving on to the weak side too quickly, not giving her a look. She doesn't have to shoot it, but she puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and especially these last 2 games. We've got to do a better job as coaches of finding ways to get her touches.
Azar?
Yeah, it's a little deceptive. We do have a break, but we got to go back out west again. We're out west. We come back for 2 games of back to back, and then we go back out west. So, scheduling wise, it's not to our advantage. But at the same time, it is what it is. I mean, every team in this league is doing it. So I think for us, getting off our feet, getting rest, we'll travel out to Phoenix tomorrow. So we have a day to kind of get reacquainted with the time zone changes and get rest, get treatments, get massages, get whatever we need to get. And then have a day of practice before we play again. And we play two really good opponents, and we got to be ready to go. The great thing about this league is you've got to turn the page very quickly.
Dom, go ahead.
More something close to what she was a couple years ago, just kind of the rust off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that there's ever been a lot of rust with Tina Charles. I think just finding the right situation. Sometimes and oftentimes, in this league, no matter where you are in your career, it's finding the right situation. She's at a place where they're utilizing her in a way that is to her advantage, and she's producing. She spent time getting herself right, getting her body right, getting ready to come back into this league and be a key piece. And being a key piece and being a 30-minute starter. She's continuing to be effective. I think she's does a really good job of leading this young group, of being somebody that can help them navigate some of the challenges. But yeah, she was outstanding.
Last question, Kenneth.
Last couple games, coach that Dijonai Carrington
Mhm.
really struggled for the season. Just the other night, yesterday, just watching just tonight as well three. I know that the team down with this loss, but how do you help get keep that confidence?
I think the biggest thing is just re-emphasize and take your open looks. I felt like she did pass up one. I think AT had a driving kick to her in a corner on the far end, and she didn't shoot that. It's oftentimes not taking the shots, it's taking the right shots. And when we get rotations and we get spray out threes or we get extra passes, like those are the ones we got to take. We don't need the contested ones. We don't need the ones behind a handoff. We don't need the ones behind a ball screen. But how we're getting them and then reinforcing the confidence in taking those. I feel like she did a really good job these last two games of stepping up with confidence and knocking them down. You've seen her. She shot the ball particularly well for most of last year. She's in the gym working on it. We consistently, for us, we've got to be a better percentage-wise 3-point shooting team in order to compete with the really good teams for a championship in our league, because they're 3-point shooters.
Last question. Oh, you're good. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys.
Okay, we have Dijonai Carrington and DeWanna. Please raise your hand if you have any questions and address the player you have a question for, please. Maggie, go ahead.
Filthiness. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a little more comfortable, I think, in the system, and I'm a little more under control most of the time. Yeah.
Azar, go ahead.
Oh God. You go ahead.
No, you.
I mean, I'm 36 years old, so you can only imagine how I feel. But that's not an excuse. That other team don't care that we just came off a back-to-back. Every team, has a back-to-back. So we have to be better in that aspect and trying to push through. But credit to them coming in and get a win on our home court. But yeah, definitely exhausted. We got in at 3:30 a.m. From
Then an
DC.
hour drive.
Yeah. So yeah.
Edmund.
It's kept piggybacking off that. I am 36 years old. Passing from the seventh most career games.
Oh God.
Bro, be for real.
As a team,
yourself on the court, finding those ways to kind of stay in the moment?
Yeah, basketball is at an all-time high right now. So I'm, just thankful and grateful to be competing right right now. So, I think that's just the main thing. I still feel like I am playing at a high level. And I'm just happy to be in the game of basketball right now. Like I said, it's just a lot of eyes on it and the time, and just seeing it grow and being able to be out there and competing with my teammates is it's fun. It's still fun. And once I get done having fun, I hang it up. No telling when that is, sooner or later for sure. But yeah, just excited to compete. But 7 is crazy. That's a lot of games.
Any other questions for the players? Okay.
The last couple games, able to get outside, 4 3 quarters last against them in Washington.
I mean, I know I can shoot the ball. I definitely, obviously, was in a slump. I probably made more threes the last 2 games than I had the whole season. But I kind of started my count over when I cut my nails. I told y'all that. So I think that was a couple weeks ago. So I'm probably shooting close to 50% since I've done that. So sometimes you gotta not try to be too cute.
I'll have to find that
I'm
date for sure
serious.
and see. I'll crunch the numbers.
Check the
for you.
analytics.
Okay. Good.
With the break coming up.
Oh, thank God.
What's up?
I said, thank God.
Oh my God.
USA, also, has there been any talk with you and Alyssa about potentially facing each other?
Yeah, I plan to bust her up. If I get on the team, I'm really gonna try to bust her up. It's great competition. I have no pressure. She got most of the pressure. It's Team USA. Of course, I'm rooting for them when I get to Paris. But when we step on that court, I'm trying to. If I score in her face, I'm coming out because I don't want to play anymore because I don't want her to get any get back. So yeah, definitely a little love competition, friendly competition. So hopefully I make it. It'll be fun. It'll be great for Connecticut. But yeah, always I'm trying to bust her up. Put that in there. I'm telling you.
Nizar?
Mhm.
How beneficial would it be considering the fact that what you just went? How beneficial?
Oh yeah, I think it'd be beneficial more so for Brianna. She's coming off. I mean, it's hard to come off injury and play this type of schedule and try to keep that same momentum and pace when you fresh from the beginning of the season. Now you're in the middle of the season and rest is coming off a back-to-back. She played a lot of minutes as well. So I think just mainly for her and of course for our team. And we got to kind of put that loss behind us because the 2 teams that we're going to face they're tough. They're tough teams and we got to be prepared mentally more than anything. And hopefully the physical part, starts to roll again. So not using it as an excuse, but some rest would be nice.
All right. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone.